Start now, sir.
Once again, beginning, namaste. So we are going to start the today's class. Today we are going to discuss the topic about the steam. So before going to talk about the steam, so we should know what the meaning of water, right? So we are going to generate the steam from the water. So the water is called as pure substance. Okay, water is called as what? Pure substance. Why it is called as pure substance means because water exists in all three states. So it will be exist in ice, and also it will exist as a liquid form, also it exists as a gas. In all these three states, the chemical composition remains same. Hence, the water is called as what? Pure substance. As I told, the applications of the steam is a wide variety of applications are available in the steam. As I told, it is used in the food processing industries, pharmaceutical industries, and also it is used in the power generation industries, right? So when we are using the steam as a main source, we should know the behavior or properties of the steam. Yes or no? Because we are using the steam, we should know the properties of the steam, right? So to know the properties, we are going to conduct one experiment. So that is called as steam generation experiment or formation of steam at constant pressure. Why it is called as constant pressure? Throughout the experiment, the pressure will be maintained at a constant level. Hence, steam generation experiment at constant pressure. Is it clear? So now let us consider 1 kg of water at 0 degrees Celsius. Let us consider 1 kg of water at 0 degrees Celsius in a cylinder which is having a frictionless piston. So this is a piston which is having a frictionless piston and a constant weight is applied on the piston. Why constant weight? To apply the constant pressure. Is it clear? So let us consider 1 kg of water at what degree Celsius?
0 degrees.
In a cylinder which is having a frictionless piston and a constant weight is applied on a piston throughout the experiment. So this condition is represented in temperature enthalpy diagram as a point A. Is it clear? What is a point A in temperature enthalpy diagram? 1 kg of water at 0 degrees in a cylinder which is having a frictionless piston. Is it clear? Now I am going to supply the heat. I am going to supply the heat. What happens? What happens? The temperature is going to increase. Earlier it was at 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature of water is going to increase. So in the beginning, so the volume occupied this water at 0 degrees Celsius is considered as V. V is the considered one. Okay. So now I am increasing the temperature of the water. So the volume of the water slightly is going to increase. Okay. At certain point of temperature, the water begins to boil. Yes or no? So the water begins to boil. So that temperature is called as saturation temperature. Remember, saturation temperature. At that temperature, the volume of the fluid is called as VF. What is the meaning of VF? Volume of the fluid or a volume of the water at saturation temperature. Is it clear? This can be represented in the temperature enthalpy diagram. As I told, when we supply the heat, the temperature is going to increase. Right? At certain point of time, what happens? The water is going to boil. Right? So that temperature, what you are going to say? That is called as TS, saturation temperature, where the water just begins to boil. Is it clear? So now, still I am going to further supply the heat. I am going to supply the heat. Can anyone tell me what happens? What happens? Still I am supplying the heat. What happens? Think.
Volume increases.
Yes, that is good. Volume is going to increase. So now the water is in the liquid state. Now we start converting into gas. So the temperature will remain same. The temperature is not going to increase. Only the volume is going to increase, and also the vapor particles will start liquid particles will start converting into vapor. Okay, so this state we are going to call as VFG. Why it is called as VFG? So this volume consists of both steam particles as well as water particles. It is a two-phase mixture. Steam is also there, water particles is also there. So that's why it is called as what? VFG. Yeah. So still I am going to supply the heat. What happens? At certain point of time, all the water particles will be converted into what? Vapor particles. So that we are going to call as VG, volume occupied by that steam. That steam which is not having any water particles in it is called dry steam. Dry steam. Is it clear? So dry steam is a steam which don't have any water particles in it. Okay? So this is the dry steam. See, at every stage the volume is increasing. Right? So this can be represented in temperature enthalpy diagram. So this point is a point B. What is the point B? Where water just begins to boil. So now still I am increasing I am supplying the heat. So that heat will be utilized to convert the water particles to vapor particles. At certain point of time, all the water particles will be converted into steam. That point I am going to represent it as C. The point C. At point C, it is called as what? Dry steam. So it is not having any water particles. So still I am going to supply the heat. Still I am going to supply the heat. What happens now? The temperature of the dry steam is going to increase. Yeah, the temperature of the steam is going to increase. So this volume is called Vs or Vsup. That the superheated steam. Okay, so this is called as superheated steam. Still here the point C represents the dry steam. Still I am going to supply the heat. The temperature of the dry steam is going to increase. So this steam is called as what? Superheated. That is called as superheated temperature. Is it clear? So this is the experiment. So now from A to B, what will be the state of water?
Liquid.
It will be in liquid. Okay. In between B and C, what will be the state? It is a combination of liquid particles as well as water particles. So this is a water plus vapor. So this combination we are going to call as wet steam. Wet steam. At point C, the steam is called as what? Dry steam. What is the meaning of dry steam? The steam which does not have any water particles. So that is called as what? Dry steam. So still I am going to supply the heat. So the temperature of the dry steam is going to increase. Okay. So I can increase up to whatever temperature I needed. So any temperature which is above the saturation temperature, that is called as superheated. Is it clear? So liquid region, water plus vapor, and this is what is the dry steam, and this is the superheated. So this is about the steam generation experiment and constant pressure. See, throughout the experiment, the same weight is maintained. That means I am going to apply the same pressure. So if I vary the pressure, this saturation temperature is going to
Increase.
Okay, that means it is directly proportional. If I increase the pressure, the saturation temperature is also going to
Increase.
So this is about the steam generation experiment. I hope you understand.